Hi lads and lassies, that's me back on the field, and I'm back on the field next to the castle field. So came back to it just out for a few hours today, and I'll see how my 6 month of learning what I'm going to find. Things like 99% of the stuff I find is junk. From that other 1%, probably about 1% of that will be lucky if it's of interest to anybody except myself. Things like shotgun caps, old pre-decimal coins, things like hammers and Roman brooches and all that are probably 1% of 1% of 1%. But unlike a lot of the other YouTubes, I've realised that they only seem to show the good stuff. Whereas me, I show what I find, which is mostly junk. There's been one or two nice wee things, but nice to me is different from nice to everybody else. Yes, people want to see gold, they want to see all this historical stuff, but in reality, metal detecting is not all about finding treasure. It's about hunting for treasure. But I digress. So I'm going to spend a few hours here, and I'll see you on the first dig and see how we go. Speak to you soon. There you go, half an hour on in my first dig, and it looks like it's 3 bits of a pewter spoon bowl. 2 large pieces and a small bit. I think they all together make up a bowl of a spoon. What I'll do is I'll clean them up a bit and put a picture up in the top corner here, just so you can see what it looks like. But not bad. So we'll go on to the next one, see what it is. Speak to you soon. Third dig. Last dig was just a big bit of hinge from a bit of furniture. It's quite recognisable, so I didn't bother with it. But this one, bit of lead, and it's domed. So, oh well, heavy. Don't know what it could be. Leg, maybe a repair from a pot. It's got a wee knob there, so is it a stand or something? Who knows? Basically lead. But on to the next. Right. Oh, I'm so unfit. Right, that's me been on for 2 hours. Just the 3 digs. Nothing nothing fancy at all. Surprise, surprise. So, what else have I learned over the 6 months? 1, don't always trust the VDI. Listen to the sound of the signal. VDI gives you a good idea of what it might be, but sometimes you get a really good signal where the VDI jumps all over the place. Yes, fair enough, it could be iron. Still you listen for the grunts and the swings as well. So it's basically learn your machine. That's a big thing. Learn the machine, listen to the tones. Initially dig everything, so you can get an idea what the sounds are, what the VDIs are, and what you're digging up. So sometimes you'll get a good signal, the VDI will be jumping all over the place, and it could be a big bit of iron, which the VDI is telling you because it's jumping all over the place it's not really good. However, it could be something small and something like iron. So you might find a chunk of iron in a coin, for instance. Never done it myself, but there's been times when it's been jumping all over. The VDI sound, it looked bad because it was fluctuating maybe 20 units, but the signal sounded quite strong, and I dug it up. It was either, it could be a spoon, shotgun shell, something, but I wouldn't have dug it up if I was looking at the VDI. There's other times where the VDI seems quite solid, but in the swing I can hear a grunt, so I don't dig it. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? A lot of guys are saying initially dig everything, you get used to it. But as I was digging earlier on, I was finding a lot of iron, so I discriminated out 0.4 and I turned my iron volume away down, just so it gives me, I can still hear the grunt of the iron, and truthfully I just ignore most of it unless the VDI and the signal come up quite solid. If the two of them come up, maybe it's fluctuating within 5 units and the sound's quite strong, I'll dig it up. But learn the machine, that's what they've been basically telling me. And as I've been at it for 6 months, out maybe twice a week if I'm lucky, but usually once a week, still learning. And I'm finding that I can ignore iron, because sometimes when I dig something which I think is going to be iron, even though the sound's good, it usually turns out to be iron. So I'm learning, and that's the main thing. Anyway, going to have a wee break, some oxo and an iron brew, and chill for 5 minutes, then I'm going to start again. So I'll speak to you soon. Right, that's me being on the field for quite a few hours. This afternoon I've only done one dig in about an hour and a half, and it was a bit of a lead pipe. That's it. What I've done is, what the guys have suggested is, if I go over it and I think there's a bit of, and there's a wee grunt, just assume it's iron, and that's what I've been doing. So I've had a lot less digs, which means I'm digging up a lot less junk. So we'll see how it goes. Right, new field. I just thought I'd spend the last half hour or so on this new field to see if there's any difference. And I found a wee bit of silver, but it looks like it's a wee bit of furniture. So silver coloured, and that's it. Can I see this being silver? It looks like there's a bit at the top where it attached to something. Probably one of these wee things. It was a little bracket across the top of something. Very decorative, but looks modern. So on to the next one, we'll see what we can get. Speak to you soon. Right, that's me heading home. The last 3 digs have been junk. I knew they were going to be junk because I've been trying to ignore the iron. I thought, let's have a look, see if I'm right. So the first one I dug out was that. Basically 2 big slabs together, and it looks as if they had been attached at one point. And the other thing I found was a spigot or a handle or something. It looks like it's probably been a tap or something, don't know. And the last one was tiny, wee bit of brass or copper, but it's tiny, nothing, just, so not a lot of digs, but it means I'm learning. I'm learning to listen to my machine. I'm learning to do the 90 degrees, check the signal, turn 90 degrees, see if I'm still getting a good strong signal. Most of the time I wasn't, I was getting a quack, so I decided not to dig. So I'm learning, 6 months in, and I'm starting to actually understand that I don't need to dig every beep, because if there's a quack behind it, just ignore. So anyway, until next time, get out there, detect and collect. PJ may be old, but I'm still trying. Bye.